pretty much born and raised Washington D.C., Southeast, then the Poland apartments, definitely the projects. Um, my mother and father was when I was younger, they was on and off, but it ended up just being her by herself. To where we ended up moving out Maryland, Temple Hills, Hillcrest Heights area. But
Mm-hmm.
my background is pretty much like all young black men coming up. You know, doing what he felt what he thought was right at the time, which was wrong, and ended up going to juvenile facilities where I eventually graduated to the penitentiary,
Mm,
the federal penitentiary. Of spending 10 years of my life. The crazy part about it is it may have been the best part of my life because it prepared me for the life what I am in, how I'm living now, and learning how to deal with people um, from all attitudes and all perspectives, principles, morals. It taught me all those, and it really taught me how to survive out here in the street of today. So I won't have to be one of the complainers that's always complaining about, oh, the white man got white man
mm-hmm.
has no hold on me. I do
Right,
what I want.
right.
Um, so I mean, I can't. I'm not mad. Like I say, a lot takes us through certain things in life for us to learn. It's never a loss. It's only a learn. And I've learned a lot coming up, and I see a lot now still to this day, and I love it. I just love life. I love everything that I have going on. I'm at peace with me, what I do, how I do it, and everything else is just lovely for me.
Okay, well, I'm glad to hear that, and I want to hear more about that testimony as we progress throughout this interview. But I want to get more into um your childhood, and I know you said that
Mhm.
got into some things, but what about like before that, prior to that, as far as you said
Um,
you was raised in the projects, were you, like I said, a single parent household, two parent household, siblings? Like, how was that upbringing like for you?
um, like I say, my parents they was on and off when I was real, real, real young. Um, and then like I say, when I probably like around about the age of like 9, pretty much it just broke off to just my mother. So coming up, I mean, it was different. It was different when I was coming up. You got to understand, at my age, I'm not young, so I come out of the era when I was coming up to where the older guys on the corner was doing everything they did to make sure I had everything to where I wouldn't do what they was doing. So it wasn't like now where everything is just so wild and people that you can't look up to the guys on the corner because they on drugs and they teaching you to be on drugs and they teaching you to do certain things in life that's negative that will hurt you later. Like I said, I came up with the pimps um, and those kind of situations to where they was trying to be father figures to the young guys coming up. When
Right.
we was playing sports, they was buying us the tennis shoes, stuff like that, telling us, man, don't be like me, be greater than me. But I've just always been one of the kind of people that life intrigued me. I wanted to be like them, but I wanted to be better than them. I wanted to be bigger than them. I like the respect they had. I fell in love with all that. That's what I wanted for myself. But I always wanted to do something differently than everybody else. If they was pimping, okay. Now I looked over here and looked at the dope boys.
Mm.
After I looked at the dope boys, I looked at something else over here that I want to do greater than them. So I've just always been awed from everybody else. My story. A lot of people don't really know my story because I'm saving it for later on for myself. But the way how I came up was totally different from a lot of other dudes that was on the corner. I wanted something else to sell other than drugs.
Got you. And so,
You know.
yeah, because I know like a lot of especially a lot of men when they as they grow, or raise, a lot of times, when you talk about the pimps and those people out in the street, so the street life is more intriguing, so I get it. And
Yeah.
so a lot of people who are of the streets, even though they're not doing the legal, they're not taking the legal route, but it still seemed like um, they're still trying to instill certain values that's different from it's like do as I say, not as I do type of mindset.
Yeah,
So I do notice that a lot of people do look up to those type of individuals at the same time,
yeah,
even though they're not, um, even though what they're doing is wrong, but they don't want you to go there. But you want to put your hand in the cookie jar. That's what it sounds like to me, you know.
yeah, yeah, and yeah, and I actually did. I actually did, and you know, you got spanked, you know. But like I say, I've just been the kind of person. Whatever I dealt with, or whatever I was doing, I was man enough to stand to it. Never told on nobody. Even though a lot of people told on me, but still to this day, I just never been mad with them. I understand the levels of men. Some certain things men can handle, some things others can't. I just looked at it. If you can't handle it, don't indulge in it.
Right,
So I
right.
mean, I didn't never trip about that. All I care about is me. I don't care nothing about nobody else about what they doing, how they doing it. That's your business. All I care about is me and what I do.
And so let me ask you, did you so do you if you have any memories, because I like to always go into the elementary, junior high school of it all. And I know that based on what you started off with, I know that school was not priority for you,
Yeah,
but just at least during that time, because that's a level of self-discovery that's not always talked about. And I like to hear the different memories and different stories from other guests that I have. So as far as elementary, junior high school, what was that experience like for you? Because we all have our different experiences. Like like you seem like you're like more of the popular one. I don't know whether you was a shy one at that time. We explore our anatomy, we explore puberty, humping in the staircase, all kind of things we get into
yeah.
within that time frame. So what was it like for you at that time?
My personality in school, I've always been popular.
Hmm.
Because I was always funny, class clown, always known for saying anything out my mouth at any given time. Even though my mother was a single parent, she worked very hard to make sure I had on the latest of anything. Um, so I just, like I said, I've always been popular. It's just always been my demeanor. It's always been my energy to wherever I go, I light up the room. Um, Without me even having to open my mouth. People just always been curious. Man, who was that? So I never had those issues with people of getting attention to where like of today a lot of people have to get people attention by going out or doing something just crazy. Me, I can go in a room in front of a group of people and don't even open my mouth. It's just my presence of how I walk in what's gonna make you intrigued about who's that dude. So I mean those are things I've learned and I possess for myself to know how to move out here without having to be looked upon as a clown or thirsty.
Right, right. And so, as far as that time of your life, and like I said, I'm still on elementary, junior high school.
Mhm.
You said that the popular kid is, there was some about your presence that was really intriguing to other kids. So,
Yeah.
what else can you remember at that time that
I I to
got
be
you?
honest with you, I don't really have no memories too much of school because
Right,
and I hate to say this is because it wasn't a big issue to me. I didn't care about
right,
it. Like I say, from like 1986 to 1999, I probably spent you know probably 3 Christmases at home.
mm,
So school wasn't a big thing to me. I mean, I didn't care about it. To this day, I wish I had her because I probably would probably be a lot more further than where I am now. With a lot of things educational wise, and studying business and all that. So the life I live now, everything I'm doing come to me naturally. And like I say, it's just a God given talent what I had. I never thought I would be able to type a script. I didn't ever know how to type.
right, right,
So, things like that, little things like that make me look at, it's a gift that I have because I didn't learn it nowhere. I just challenged myself to go do it. And that's just not waiting for nobody to help me. I ask for help, but then if you don't acknowledge it to me or I just go do it myself.
right. And I think that also, Terry, I think that that's to be commended as well, because even if you at this point in your life being able to be accountable for what has happened in your life and the setbacks that you had that you brought onto yourself, but at the same time you was able to acquire, you was able to challenge yourself to think bigger
Yeah.
and and focus on the bigger picture. But before I get to the bigger picture part, I want to get more into like when did you so you said between that time. So what were your ages at that time when you said that you was in and out?
Um, like I say, teenage age. I didn't get released until I was 20, 29.